Hello, my name is Lisa Tate, Assistant Program Director for Center Operations for the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. And today I would like to share with you a copy of our 2020-2021 Parent Handbook and Program Calendar. The first page that you will see in the Parent Handbook is a letter from our Acting Program Director, Carolyn Jason. And Carolyn Jason wants you all to know that you are welcomed into this program. Her letter reads, "Welcome to our 2020-2021 school year. If you are thinking, what an unusual and unexpected way to kick off our program year, you are not alone. We would like to assure you that our passion and commitment remains the same, even in this pandemic environment. It is with clear vision and commitment that we will build bridges and transform lives. So if you are a returning family, welcome back. And if you are new to our program, you are now part of our SIUE Head Start Early Head Start extended family. We want to thank you for entrusting us to help prepare your child for school readiness and your family for success. We look forward to providing high quality health, nutritional, educational, and family services to you and your family. During the 2020-2021 school year, SIUE Head Start program will provide these individual comprehensive services mentioned in our mission statement to over 850 children ages 6 weeks through 5 years of age and their families, including expected parents in 7 managed centers, 5 collaboration sites, and home base throughout St. Clair County. Regardless of the center or program option your child attends, you remain your child's first best teacher and are important to our successful partnership. Please take an opportunity to review the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Parent Handbook and 2020-2021 program calendar. This handbook provides overviews of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program's policies and procedures and is designed to answer many of the questions you may have. If you need additional information, please contact staff members at your child's centers or your home visitor. Sincerely, Carolyn L. Jason, SIUE Acting Head Start Early Head Start Program Director. The next page that you will see in the handbook is the table of contents, which is there to provide easy guidance through the handbook so that you can go to specific topics or areas of interest at your will. Afterwards, there's a page that is entitled My Child's Center Information. On this page, you can write your child's teacher's name, the center's telephone number, program coordinator, provided for quick access to information that you will need when contacting your center. There is a page, or several pages actually, that provides the 2020-2021 program calendar. And this calendar captures all of the events that are planned at this time from August 2020 through August 2021. And because we're in the pandemic environment, there may be changements or adjustments to this calendar. Your center coordinator will let you know. Arrival. Due to the pandemic environment, all of our early Head Start classes will begin at 8:30. And also, when registering your child for school, please make sure that you are very clear what time your child is to arrive at the center and be picked up. Your center coordinator or family advocate can share that information with you. Once the situation changes and if we're able to open prior to 8:30, we will let parents know. Regardless of which program option your child attends, it is important for your child to arrive on time in order for your child to have a smooth, happy transition from home to school. Arrival times can be busy. After you have signed your child in for the day, and if your time allows, you are welcome to help with hand washing and hanging up coats. Now, there's a disclaimer to that last line, and that is at this time, we will not be allowing parents into the center because of the pandemic in order to assist in those tasks. Assessments. In order to demonstrate your child's developmental growth and academic achievement, teaching staff completes ongoing assessments. Ongoing assessments also help the teaching staff to plan your child's future instruction. This year, because some of the children's learning will be completely remote, you will have an active part in the collection of ongoing assessment information. Parents and teachers will work collaboratively in the completion of child assessments. All Head Start children are assessed 3 times each year: fall, winter, and spring. Early Head Start children are assessed 4 times each year: fall, winter, spring, and summer. Both Head Start and Early Head Start utilizes an assessment tool called Teaching Strategies Gold. Teaching Strategies Gold assessment tool reflects how your child is developing in the areas of language, literacy, mathematics, cognitive skills, physical development, and social emotional development. Your child's teacher will share the results of the Teaching Strategies Gold assessments shortly after each assessment period and during home visits and parent-teacher conferences. Attendance. There is a significant correlation between a child's attendance and a child's developmental growth and academic achievement. It is important for your child to establish a healthy pattern of attendance at an early age and to attend whenever he or she is able. In the event your child is ill or is unable to attend, parents and guardians are requested to call their child's Head Start Early Head Start Center at least 30 minutes prior to the start of the day's session, each day the child is absent, and state the reason for their child's absence. If a child is absent from school and the parent guardian has not called the center, a family engagement support services staff member will contact the parent guardian in order to support the family's health and safety. If your child has excessive absences or demonstrates a pattern of absences, the center coordinator, center manager, or family advocate will contact you to discuss the reasons for your absences, offer help when needed, and develop a plan to improve your child's attendance. If your child's attendance does not improve within 5 school days and there is no documented illnesses, a case staffing may be scheduled. Your child's center coordinator, center manager, or family advocate may need to consult the assistant program director for center operations regarding a possible transfer of your child from the center-based program option to the home-based program option. Authorization to pick up child. In order to keep your child safe, your child will not be released to any non-parent guardian without the custodial parent or legal guardian's written consent. Any non-parent legal guardian picking up your child must be named in writing as an authorized person on your child's pickup list, 18 years of age or older, and show a picture ID to center staff upon request. Behavioral Health Services. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program offers universal behavioral health services to all children. The goal of universal emotional and behavior health services is to help children feel positively about themselves as they grow and interact with others. All children engage in some challenging behaviors occasionally, but in the event a child displays excessively challenging behaviors that occur repetitively or behaviors that pose a risk to himself, herself, or children, or other children, or staff members, the child may need individualized behavior support. When an excessively challenging behavior occurs, the teacher documents the child's behavior on a behavior observation report form and briefs the designated center coordinator and family advocate. The brief consists of reviewing the behavior observation report, discussing the child's needs and strengths, and assessing current classroom supports. The teacher or family advocate contacts the parent guardian and discuss the behavior observation report, adding parent and guardian input to the form. Behavior intervention and support. Individuals, including children, have the right to be treated with dignity and respect. No one is allowed to hurt another human being in our centers or collaborations. This includes no pushing, hitting, or name calling. Teaching staff will help your child utilize self control and positively manage his or her behaviors by setting limits for and clearly communicating the established limits to your child, redirecting your child's behavior and encouraging him or her to choose a different activity or make a different choice, communicating to your child what will happen if he or she continues to display inappropriate behavior. If your child is having a hard time utilizing self control, he or she will learn how to use a safe space within the classroom. The safe space will provide the physical space and or time needed for your child to calm himself, herself, and make appropriate decisions. All parents and guardians receive and are required to sign the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Program Guidance and Discipline Policy. A signed copy of this policy is placed in your child's file, and a copy is provided to parents and guardians for future references. All responses to unsafe or inappropriate behaviors will be grounded in the understanding that children's behavior conveys a message. Unsafe or inappropriate behaviors are almost always signaling distress or I'm sorry, let me repeat that again. All responses to unsafe or inappropriate behaviors will be grounded in the understanding that children's behavior conveys a message. Unsafe or inappropriate behaviors are almost always signaling distress or unmet needs. Staff will make every effort to understand the causes of such behavior and find solutions that support the healthy social emotional development of each child. Responses to behavior will be individualized based on the needs, situation, and characteristics of each child. Universal positive behavior guidance strategies to be implemented by all staff. Our program has implemented the pyramid model for the promotion of social emotional competence in children ages birth to 5. The pyramid model is a positive behavioral intervention and support framework that uses systematic thinking and implementation science to promote evidence-based practices to assist staff in building skills for supporting nurturing and responsive caregivers, creating learning environments, providing targeted social emotional skills, and supporting children with challenging behaviors. Birthdays and celebrations. There is a lot of joy in your child's school experience, and our program chooses to acknowledge and celebrate that joy. Once each month, children with birthdays within the months are celebrated, and their classroom is provided with a healthy birthday treat prepared and provided by the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. Children with summer birthdays are celebrated in the month of May. In order to keep all our children healthy and safe, no outside birthday treats are permitted. Our program does not celebrate specific holidays, but rather hosts seasonal festivals. Bus policies and procedures. When your child participates in a field trip or group socialization, the following transportation policies and procedures are followed. These policies and procedures help the bus routes run smoothly, arrive on time, and keep your child safe. Now, I would like to mention at this time that because of the pandemic, all field trips have been canceled. But these are our bus policies and procedures. When we do resume, at all times while riding the bus, your child must remain seated in a secured seat belt. There is no eating or drinking on the bus. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program is not responsible for any articles lost on the bus. If room is available on the bus, SIUE Head Start Early Head Start parents and guardians may ride the bus to and from their child's field trip or group socialization experiences. If a problem arises on the bus driver or assistant or parent guardian should immediately contact the center coordinator or teacher. A conference with a parent or guardian may need to be scheduled in order to problem solve or discuss the concern. It is important for families and SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program staff members to collaboratively stress the importance of bus safety. Children practice safe riding practices for boarding and leaving vehicles and participate in a minimum of 2 bus evacuation drills during the school year. Cell phone free zone. In order to promote the importance of your child's school experience, the use of cell phones during arrival and dismissal times is prohibited. Center-based program options. There are 2 center-based program options within the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. If your child participates in the center-based program option, he or she attends one of our 7 managed centers that are staffed by SIUE Head Start Early Head Start employees. Within the center-based program option, there are 2 time frames that I mentioned earlier. The single session time frame is from 8:30 to 3 o'clock p.m., and that's Monday through Friday. And I do believe this year, in the COVID environment, we will be restricting that instructional days to 4 times during the week instead of 5. During the full day session, which is the 8.5-hour day, that is from 8 o'clock until 4:30 p.m. Doors open at 7:30 a.m. for children enrolled in full day classes only, and that is referring to the early Head Start classrooms. And those full day classrooms in Head Start. So that's the 8 o'clock to 7:30 option. Only early Head Start is available year round, meaning all 12 months. In the parent handbook, you will find a list of our center locations. And on that list, it has the name of the center, the address, the center coordinator, who is the instructional leader of those centers, and their contact telephone numbers. Our center locations are Belleville Center, Bluffview Center, Cahokia Center, Discovery Center, Helen Davis Center, Jackie Joyner Kersey Center. Let's see. We have the Early Head Start, Early Expectant Families and Home-Based Program, and Lovejoy Center. There's also a central office contact information page where you will find the names, the title, contact number, and email addresses of our center director, Carolyn Jason, myself as Assistant Program Director of Center Operations, Miss Alina Schnitz, who is our Program Coordinator for Family Engagement and Support Services. We have Howard Knapp, who is the Accountant 3, Denise Brown, who is the Program Coordinator for Health Services, Adrian Caseberg, who is the Instructional Services Coordinator as well as School Readiness Coach, Lloyd Cotton, who is the Program Operations Coordinator for Health, Safety, Facilities, and Transportation. And then for our Special Services Department, we currently have a vacancy for the Special Coordinator for Special Services. But then we also have Ms. Shamika Brown, who is our Social Emotional / School Readiness Coach. Change family contact information. In order to ensure your child's safety, parents and guardians must provide current emergency contact information at all times. It is the parent's guardian's responsibility to ensure that the emergency information is up to date. Child abuse and neglect policy. All SIUE Head Start Early Head Start staff members are required by law to call the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, if they suspect a child has been purposefully hurt or is being neglected. Parents and guardians will not be informed if a staff member feels the need to contact DCFS. If our program needs to make a report to DCFS, we want to continue to work with you and your child. Making a report to DCFS will never affect your child's connection to the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. The same is true about any involvement with law enforcement. Clothing and cubbies. During the school day, children participate in activities that may sometimes require, I'm sorry, allow me to repeat that, please. During the school day, children sometimes have accidents or participate in activities that may require a change of clothing. Please send a seasonal appropriate change of clothing, pants, shirt, underpants, and socks to keep at school in your child's cubby. All of your child's clothing should be clearly labeled with his or her name. Code of conduct. Adults serve as a role model of appropriate behavior for children. In order to best serve and keep our children, families, and staff safe, the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program maintains a policy of zero tolerance for behavior that is aggressive or violent. Prohibited actions include, but are not limited to, harassing, intimidating, threatening, attempting to assault, challenging to fight, or fighting. Parents and guardians, volunteers, and staff members who may be involved in a relationship or situation that is considered violent or would have received threats need to report to their child center coordinator. This would include advising the center coordinator of any orders of protection or similar restrictions directed at another person. Weapons or ammunition of any kind are prohibited on any of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program's premises and during any program-sponsored event. Other behaviors that may constitute a violation of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program's Code of Conduct include falsification of enrollment requirements or any documentation needed for program participation, violation of privileges relating to using the program's phones or computers, violation of confidentiality, violation of safety rules such as refusing to exit the building during a fire drill, mistreatment or repeated disrespect of other children, of parents and guardians, volunteers, or staff members, use of inappropriate language, and theft of property. Concerns or complaints. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program promotes communication among parents, guardians, staff, and community members. It is important that questions, concerns, and problems be addressed in a timely manner. A parent, guardian, or community member with a concern needs to address that concern with the individual directly involved. If the situation needs to be further addressed, the parent, guardian, or community member needs to contact the center coordinator, assistant program director for center operations, or home-based supervisor who will respond within 5 working days if the situation still needs additional attention. Contact the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program director in writing by completing the parent community complaint and concern form. The program director or his or her designee will respond to the completed form within 3 working days from the date it's received. Finally, if the issue is still not resolved, the Policy Council may address the concern. Confidentiality. All children and family records are confidential and are stored in a secure location. All SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start staff members adhere to the SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start program confidentiality agreement. The SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start program does not share any information about your child or your child's or your family without your permission. All parents and guardians are required to complete and sign a consent to release obtain information form. Parents and guardians are also required to complete the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start photo release form in order to grant or deny permission to take pictures of their child. Core beliefs. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program believes in the unique value, dignity, respect, and equality of all human beings, in the commitment of equal partnership between parents and guardians and staff, that the quality of life is affected by the interaction between people and their environments, that education can empower people to make decisions about their own lives, in maintaining confidentiality of all individuals, in respect and appreciation of diversity, in the rights and privileges of all people through the provision of opportunities for growth and development, in the capacity of people to change, in providing developmentally appropriate programming, in an interdisciplinary approach in addressing issues related to children and families, in working with people to empower them to overcome obstacles, in lifelong learning for all people. Collaborations. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program participates in 6 collaborations throughout St. Clair County, 3 school districts, and 3 privately owned and operated child care centers. Collaborations are generally staffed by individuals who are not employed by the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program, but offer the same quality comprehensive services as do our managed centers. Parents and guardians of children enrolled in the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program collaboration are asked to participate in program governance such as policy, parent committees, and policy council. Our collaborations this year are Brooklyn School District 188, Learning Journey, Leslie Bates Davis Neighborhood House, and Toddletown Toddler House. Communication. Communication between your child center staff members and your home may be in the form of memos and other written materials, emails, telephone calls, or text messages. Inform your child's teacher about your preferred method of communication and if translation is needed. In order for your child to fully benefit from his or her school experience and for your family to have the information needed, it is important to create a strong communication system. For center-based programming, we are implementing a folder system to share important daily information with families for the 2020-2021 school year. Please remember to check your child's folder daily to receive the latest information on your child and center happenings, as center's access may be limited. What SIUE Head Start is doing to protect your child during the COVID-19 global pandemic. The health and safety of Head Start children is our priority. A number of changes will be in place when we return for the 2020-2021 program year. We are asking staff and parents' cooperation with implementing these changes to reduce the chances of someone being adversely affected by COVID-19. If you have any questions, please contact the center coordinator at your child's center. Some of the things that we want you to be aware of are the following. All children over the age of 2 will be encouraged to wear face masks while in the center, except during meals, at nap time, and when playing outdoors. SIUE will provide 5 reusable, washable masks to each child. The masks will be labeled with the child's name and laundered at the center. Please contact your child's center coordinator to request an exception based on medical or safety reasons. Also, all SIUE staff and guests, parents, service providers, etc., will be required to wear a mask while in the center unless medical exemption has been granted. SIUE Access or the Office of Equal Opportunity Access and Title IX coordination. Children will be dropped off and picked up at a designated area of the center. All children and adult dropping the child off will receive a health screening before entering the building. The child's and the adult's temperature must be below 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and they must be free of a cough, headache, sore throat, muscle aches, or shortness of breath. Parents are asked to keep their child home for 3 days if their child has any of these symptoms. The child will not be allowed to stay at the center if the adult has a fever of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Parents will have limited access to centers and no access to the classrooms this year. Parents will be required to complete a health screening, which includes a temperature check and symptom check when entering the center. Hand sanitizers will be available outside of the center in the designated drop-off pickup areas, in office areas, and classrooms for adult and children use. Hand sanitizer will not replace hand washing, and the program will follow its current hand washing procedure. Children should not bring hand sanitizer to the center. Family-style meals will not be served until further notice. All foods will be provided in individual units, and the children served at staggered times to the extent possible. As usual, no food may be sent from home. All classroom toys, playground equipment, bathrooms, and other high-touch surfaces will be cleaned and sanitized and disinfected according to guidelines published by the Center for Disease Control. The group size for children ages 3 to 5 will be reduced to a maximum of 10 children and 2 teachers during the first month of class. And the group size for infants, toddlers, and twos will be limited to 4 or fewer. This reduced ratio will reduce the number of possible exposures for children and staff. The ability to increase that number will be evaluated monthly to determine whether SIUE can safely care for additional children. All children will have a nap rest time each day. All cribs or cots will be placed 6 feet apart. If this is not possible, a non-permeable barrier will be provided to separate napping children. To further reduce the potential for viral spread, and children will be placed or laid on their cots head to toe. SIUE Head Start will inform parents of all suspected or diagnosed cases of COVID-19 infections occurring within their child's center. Parents will be notified through distribution of a health alert via the school messaging system, SMS, or a telephone call if a parent does not opt into receiving communication through the school messaging system. If a child is diagnosed with COVID-19, he or she cannot return to the center until all 3 of the following criteria is met. 1, the child is free from fever without the use of fever-reducing medication like Tylenol, Motrin, etc. for 72 hours, that's 3 days. 2, the child's symptoms, cough, shortness of breath, etc., have improved. And 3, it has been 10 days since symptoms first appear. If a child has symptoms of COVID-19 and is determined by a medical provider that the child likely does not have a COVID-19 infection, the child can return to the center when all 3 of the following criteria is met. 1, the child is free from fever without use of fever-reducing medication like Tylenol, Motrin, etc. for 72 hours, which is 3 days. 2, a negative test for COVID-19. And 3, a note from a medical provider documenting no clinical suspicion of COVID-19. If a child has close contact, meaning within 6 feet for more than 15 minutes, with a person suspected or diagnosed with COVID-19, he or she will be excluded from the center for 14 days after exposure and monitored for symptoms. If symptoms develop, the child will be encouraged to be evaluated for COVID-19 infection. A note from a medical provider documenting no clinical suspicion of COVID-19 will be required before the child returns to the center. Dental treatment and oral health. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program advocates the importance of health care, including oral health. A dental examination is required for all Head Start children. Toothbrushing is currently suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Toothbrushes and toothpaste will be distributed to all Head Start and Early Head Start children, as well as activities to promote oral health in the home. Toothbrushes and toothpaste will be replaced every 3 months by the program. If follow-up dental treatment is needed, our program collaborates with the SIUE Dental School to provide follow-up treatment. All SIUE Head Start Early Head Start children 24 months old or older are required to have a dental examination. Dismissal. It is important that your child is picked up at the designated dismissal time. It can be frightening to a preschooler when he or she sees all of his or her friends leave for the day, but no one has come for him or her. Center-based part-day sessions are dismissed at 3 p.m. Center-based full-day sessions are dismissed at 4:30 p.m. If your child is not picked up at the designated time, staff members will attempt to contact you 15 minutes after the designated dismissal time. If staff members are unable to reach you, they will attempt to contact the emergency contacts as listed on the emergency contact information form. 1 hour after dismissal time, in the event that staff still cannot reach you or an emergency contact individual, the staff may need to contact the police or the Department of Children and Family Services. Parent and guardians of children in a collaboration should adhere to the dismissal policies of the collaborating school. Drug-free zone. Federal, state, local, and SIUE policies and laws prohibit the unlawful use, possession, or distribution of alcohol or illicit drugs at all SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start centers and events. Emergency contact information. All SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start parents and guardians complete an emergency contact information form during the application process. In order to ensure your child's safety, 2 adults other than the parents or guardians must be listed on this form. It is the parent's guardian's responsibility to maintain current emergency contact information. Expectant families. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program assists pregnant women by providing prenatal and postpartum care through referrals to outside agencies. The SIUE Expectant Family program also provides prenatal education on topics such as fetal development and the benefits of breastfeeding. Family goal setting and family partnership agreement. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides services to families that go beyond children's participation in screenings, home visits, and classroom interactions. Family engagement and support services staff members help families set goals and support the family throughout the process of achieving those goals. Family engagement and support services staff members help families to determine their family's strengths and challenges, to set realistic goals, and to take specific action steps to reach those goals. The goals are identified in collaboration and are referred to as family partnership agreement. Family advocates meet with parents throughout the year to assess the achievement of their family's goals. Sample family partnership agreement goals are as follows. You may choose to set a goal to obtain a GED, or developing or changing careers, beginning college or technical trade, reinforcing and enhancing school readiness skills at home, exploring concepts regarding financial literacy and financial self-sufficiency, developing and or improving parenting skills, or even obtaining medical dental treatment and or completing medical dental follow-up treatment. Field trips. You will be notified in advance anytime your child will be away from the center. This includes local trips, such as to the library or local parks. Signed permission slips must be completed for each child prior to participating in the field trip. Permission slips will be sent home with the children with a brief explanation of the field trip and its location. Parents and guardians must provide emergency contact pickup information that can be used during the field trip. If your child incurs a minor injury on a field trip, trained staff will apply appropriate first aid and a phone call will be made to you upon return to the center. In the event of a more serious injury, your child will be taken to the nearest emergency room by ambulance if warranted, while staff contact you or your emergency contact designee. Field trips are designed to be an educational experience and to be a special time between parents, guardians, and their children. Siblings not enrolled in the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program may not attend. Field trip guidelines. In order to ensure the safety of our children and to provide a happy field trip experience for all children, please adhere to the following field trip procedures. No souvenirs like balloons, toys, etc. are purchased during field trips. An adult-child ratio of at least 1 to 5 preschoolers and 1 to 2 toddlers is maintained at all times. Field trip permission slips with the parent's guardian's signature and emergency contact information are brought to the field trip by a staff member. No food or beverages other than those provided by the program are purchased or consumed during the field trip. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides transportation to and from the field trip locations. All transportation policies apply during the field trips. Profanity, smoking, drug, and alcohol use are prohibited. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program staff supervises children by both sight and sound at all times. Field trips are a vital part of your child's educational experience. The health and safety of children, families, and staff is our priority. Field trips are currently suspended due to the global COVID-19 pandemic and will be reinstated once it is safe. Food and nutrition services. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides healthy, balanced, and nutritious meals and snacks. Children participate in family-style dining, which encourages a language-rich, hands-on approach to eating. Family-style dining participation encourages healthy eating and aids in teaching the children necessary table skills, including appropriate social interactions. In part day and full day centers, children receive breakfast, lunch, and one snack, meeting at least 2/3 of the children's daily nutritional requirements. In the home base option, one meal and a snack is served during each group socialization experience. If you have any nutritional concerns regarding your child's nutritional health, such as food allergies or special dietary guidelines, please contact your child's teacher. All food served to children enrolled in SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program must be served by SIUE Head Start Early Head Start trained staff or a vendor contracted by SIUE. This includes birthday celebrations, classroom activities, field trips, and other special events that occurs at the centers. Center staff members plan educational programs to teach parents and guardians how to select healthy foods and prepare well-balanced meals. Health services. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program advocates the importance of health care. The health of your child directly affects his or her ability to learn. Parents and guardians play an important role in keeping their child up to date with health and dental examinations. The program emphasizes the importance of good health care practices, such as dental prevention, early intervention, and health maintenance. For these reasons, children participate in a comprehensive health care program. Prior to enrollment, your child will be required to complete specific medical screenings and tests. After enrollment, your child will receive an opportunity to receive a dental examination and cleaning fluoride treatments. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, screening services may be suspended and will be reactivated in accordance with local, state, and federal guidance. At this part of the parent handbook, there is a health services physical and oral requirements at a glance chart. And on this chart, it will have all of the mandated health requirements for your child at the given age that your child is, so that we can make sure that your child is up to date with all of his or her health services, and that documentation is submitted to your center. History of Head Start, Early Head Start. Since 1965, Head Start has played a major role in focusing the attention of the nation on the importance of early childhood development and education, especially in the first 5 years of life. Federally funded through the United States Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families, Head Start is widely recognized as one of the most cost-effective and successful programs for children and families. The Head Start Early Head Start program provides eligible families of children ages 6 weeks to 5 years old and expected families comprehensive services that meet health, nutritional, instructional, and family engagement support needs. Home-based program option. Through the home-based program option, pregnant women and children ages 6 weeks to 5 years old receive health, nutritional, educational, and family engagement support services through home visits and group socialization experiences. In the home-based program option, a home visitor, that's teacher qualified, visits a family's home for 1.5 hours per week. The home visitor encourages family members to participate in developmental and instructional activities during the home visit, as well as in between home visit sessions. The home visitor also serves as a family advocate and helps the family determine family strengths, challenges, and sets goals. 2 times each month, children and their families meet at an SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Center or a designated location, such as the public library or the local apple orchard, or group socialization for group socializations. Parents and guardians of children in the Early Head Start home-based program are required to attend group socializations with their children. Children in the Head Start home-based program may attend without a parent or guardian, although parents and guardians are encouraged to attend. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides transportation, and there is no charge to the family or field trip expenses. Home visits. Unique to the Head Start Early Head Start program is the recognition of the importance of parents as their child's first teacher and the benefits of conducting home visits. Home visits serve as an important bridge between home and school, and it is insightful for a child to be observed in his or her home environment. Home visits help parents and guardians foster a learning environment within their homes. Parents and guardians continue to be their child's teacher long after their child receives the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program services. As outlined by the Head Start program performance standards, parents and guardians are annually required to participate in at least 2 home visits. Home visits for the 2020-2021 school year may be conducted virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Illness, sickness, child exclusion policy. Teachers complete a daily health check for any obvious signs of illness with each child in his or her classroom. If a child appears to be ill or uncharacteristically irritable, meaning continuously crying and needing more one-to-one comforting than can be provided without compromising the health and safety of other children, the child who appears to be ill is isolated from other children, and the parent guardian is asked to pick up the child from the center as soon as possible. Illness or sickness child exclusion policy guidelines for parents and guardians. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program adheres to the guidelines for exclusion of children in licensed centers as identified by the Illinois Department of Public Health. In order to protect all children in the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start centers, Parents and guardians, do not send your child to school if he or she shows any signs of the following illnesses: diarrhea, runny or loose or bloody stool, fever if the oral temperature is over 101 degree Fahrenheit or higher, or under the armpit if it's 100 degrees or higher. Fever with any of these symptoms: body rash, difficulty breathing, runny discharge from the eyes, vomiting, earache, persistent crying, vomiting 2 or more times within the previous 24 hours, sore throat with fever and swollen glands, diarrhea, unusual irritability. The above symptoms may indicate the presence of a contagious disease. A child's symptom must be evaluated by a doctor before returning to any SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Center. The child may return to the school only when the child's pediatrician has provided a written statement indicating the child is healthy enough to return to school. Please note that some illnesses treatments will require that a child be excluded from the school for more than 24 hours. Inclement weather policy. In the event of inclement weather or emergency conditions, the following radio stations announces school closures: KMOX, which is AM 1120, WSIE, which is FM 88.7, WBGZ, which is AM 1570, WSMI, which is AM 1540, and WGEL, which is FM 101.7. Additionally, 3 television stations provide information relevant to Southern Illinois University Edwardsville operations and the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. They are KTVI Channel 2, KMOX Channel 4, and KSDK Channel 5. Notices of school closure will also be posted on the Southern Illinois University website at http://www.siue.edu. Parents and guardians need to see the exact listing of St. Clair County SIUE Head Start Early Head Start centers. An internal school messaging system, which is the SMS, is also utilized to notify parents and staff of school closing related information, as well as regarding other important program events. It is important that all emergency phone numbers are kept current. In the event of inclement weather, all parent center meetings and policy council and governance group meetings will be canceled. In-kind resources. As required by the Head Start program performance standards, all Head Start programs must match 25 cents for every $1 of federal funding. This is referred to as in-kind resources or matching. In-kind resources may come in the form of cash, goods, space, or contractual services. Sources of in-kind resources include parent and non-parent volunteers, space donated, mileage, goods donated, and other forms of in-kind resources. Instructional services. In the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program, one of the program's primary goals is to help children possess the skills, knowledge, and attitudes necessary for success in kindergarten. Subsequent grades in life. School readiness, that's what this is called. This continues to be the goal whether your child's learning will occur virtually or in a classroom setting. Within the first 45 days of your child's enrollment, developmental, sensory, and behavioral screenings are completed. The results of these screenings allow the teacher or home visitor to provide individualized skill building activities for your child and drive future instruction. Children learn best by exploring, trying new things, and asking questions. When children play, they use their bodies, imagination, power of choice, and problem solving skills. During the 2020-2021 school year, the SIUE Head Start program has implemented additional safety protocols and techniques to ensure children can continue to learn in a safe and nurturing environment at home or in a classroom. Student instruction will have an increased focus on intentional learning. This means that the activities will be specifically chosen for the child based on the current level of development or their current level of development. The SIUE Head Start program is committed to support children and families learning virtually or in the classroom. Virtual instruction may include, but is not limited to, pre-recorded instructional videos, online tutorials, Zoom meetings, creative curriculum activities, and other methods. New curricular content will be presented, and children will receive ongoing assessments, no matter the instruction format. Instructional Services School Readiness Goals. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program's School Readiness Goals focuses on 5 areas of learning, referred to as learning domains. The school readiness goals are outlined for children 6 weeks to 5 years of age and are aligned with the Illinois Early Learning Guidelines and Developmental Standards. And there is a central domains table that is included in the handbook. Each of the 5 learning domains addresses specific skills or widely held age-appropriate expectations. Detailed copies of the program's school readiness goals are posted in your child's classroom. Teacher and home visitors conduct 3 formal assessments and 4 formal assessments for Early Head Start throughout the year using Teaching Strategies Gold Assessment Tool. This assessment tool measures your child's mastery across the 5 central learning domains that are on this chart. See assessments for additional information. Insurance policy. All SIUE Head Start Early Head Start children are covered by medical benefits coverage when participating in SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program activities at the centers and during all field trips and group socializations. SIUE Head Start Early Head Start parents and guardians and children are also covered by SIUE when being transported in university vehicles authorized by staff. Male involvement. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program strongly encourages the participation of fathers and other significant male figures in our program. Every child needs and benefits from a positive male role model in his or her life. Male role models can be a dad, stepdad, uncle, big brother, grandpa, or other positive males in the child's life. Research-based benefits of positive male involvement includes displaying lower levels of disruptive behavior, acting out, depression, and telling lies, being responsive and obeying parents and guardians, being kinder to others, demonstrating fewer behavior problems in young boys, indicating happier, more confident behavior and willing to try new things, staying away from drugs and alcohol as children grow older, experiencing less violence in and out of the home, performing better academically, reflecting lower rates of poverty later in life. Male role models need to be involved in parent meetings, center committees, and policy council. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program encourages male role models to volunteer in the classroom and participate on field trips and at home-based socialization. Be sure to look for and become involved. special meal activities at your SIUE Head Start and Early Head Start centers. Medication policy. Parents, guardians are encouraged to discuss their child's medication schedule with their child's doctor and to arrange the child's medication schedule so that all medications are given when the child is at home. The only exception to this policy is if through a doctor's prescription, a child needs to be given the medication while in attendance at a SIUE Head Start Early Head Start center. In order for any SIUE Head Start Early Head Start staff person to give medications to a child, the child's doctor must complete the dispensing medications packet and return it before the medication can be provided to the child. Dispensing medication packets are available at all SIUE Head Start and Early Head Start centers. Outdoor instruction and play. All children need daily outside time. Outdoor time encourages children to use their large muscles and provides an excellent opportunity for heart and lung development. Children receiving on-site services will play daily outside as recommended by the Department of Children and Family Services, the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program licensing agent. Outdoor playtimes are scheduled by the center coordinator to ensure playground equipment sanitation between groups of children. Additionally, the play schedule will ensure classrooms do not share the play space. Classrooms will utilize additional outside spacing to support enhanced safety protocols. Children need to be dressed in clothing appropriate for the weather. On warm days, children need to be dressed in lightweight, loose-fitting clothes. Tennis shoes are recommended, and children are not allowed to wear flip-flop sandals to school, as they pose a safety risk when children run and play, causing them to trip or fall. On cold days, children need to be dressed in layers of clothing. Every day during cold weather, hats, mittens, and coats should be sent to school with your children. The center coordinator will use the Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, outdoor play policy, to determine if outdoor play is developmentally appropriate. In Illinois, the term weather permitting means temperatures between 25 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, taking into consideration the wind chill. For example, if the temperature is 30 degrees, but 18 degrees with the wind chill factored in, it is not expected that children have outdoor playtime. If your family needs help obtaining a coat, hat, mittens, or gloves for your child, please contact your designated family advocate. Parent Center Committees and Parent Meetings. All parents and guardians who have children enrolled in the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program, including Expectant Families program, are members of our Parent Center Committees. The Head Start program performance standard lists the following responsibility of Parent Center Committees. They are to elect the Center Policy Council representative and alternate at the first Parent Center Committee meeting, which takes place in September. Elect the following 3 officers for their respective center or program options: the chairperson, vice chairperson, and recording secretary. Conduct monthly Parent Center Committee meetings. Assist teachers, home visitors, center coordinators, and all other persons responsible for the development and operation of every component of program operation. Work closely with classroom teachers, home visitors, and all other component staff to carry out the daily activities of the program. And to plan, conduct, and participate in informal as well as formal programs and activities for center and home-based parents and guardians. Parent engagement. The SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start program believes that when a child understands and supports the skills and ability of when a parent understands and supports the skills and ability of their child is more likely to reach his or her full potential. The program also believes that it is the families and the community's responsibility to build upon their child's skills and abilities. We encourage parents and guardians and communities to do the following. Acknowledge that parent and guardians in the child is the child's first teacher and are the primary influences in the child's life. Spend more time each day with children than do Head Start, Early Head Start staff members. They know their their children better than anyone else. Reinforce what the child learns at school and during home visits. Be a positive natural link between their teachers and their children. Know their community and how their community affects their child. Parent-teacher conferences. Parents and guardians are invited to partner with their child's teachers during the parent-teacher conferences. As your child's first teacher and primary influence, you will be asked to offer your observations and to assist in setting goals regarding your child's next step. Teachers will share observations and assessments of your child's current development. Appointments for parent-teacher conferences are scheduled for the parents or guardians at their convenience. Virtual conferences may be conducted due to current COVID-19 safety protocols. Pedestrian safety policy. As more preschool-age children are being transported to and from school programs and on school-sponsored field trips, all SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start parents and guardians and children receive transportation and pedestrian safety training. In order to ensure the safety of everyone, parents and guardians need to adhere to established traffic patterns, often through the use of orange cones in the center parking lots, and assist staff in instructing common sense transportation and pedestrian safety practices. Pest control policy. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program is committed to providing a safe environment for all children in the program's care. The program strives to minimize the exposure of children and staff members to pesticides and includes a variety of non-chemical as well as limited chemical methods to prevent and eradicate pests. While pesticides may be used to remediate infections of pests that may be found in the facility or its surrounding grounds, only the least toxic products are considered and are used in combination with non-chemical methods. A full copy of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program's pest control policy is included in your child's enrollment packet. Policy Council. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Policy Council is composed of SIUE Head Start Early Head Start parents and guardians from each center or collaboration and representatives from the community. Parent Center committees elect parent and guardian representatives and alternates to the Policy Council. Parent Center committees provide support for the individuals that they have elected to represent their center in the Policy Council. This support is provided in two ways. The Parent Center Committee shares with its center's Policy Council representative their ideas, questions, and concerns, which are then discussed during the Policy Council meeting. And the Policy Council representative reports the information, which was discussed during the Policy Council meeting, back to the Parent Center Committee members during their following meeting. Policy Council responsibilities. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Policy Council is responsible for doing the following: serving as a link to the Parent Center committees, grantee agency governing bodies, public and private organizations, and the communities they serve. Assisting parent center committees in communicating with parents, guardians, their rights, responsibilities, and opportunities for all. SIUE Head Start, Early Head Start Guardians, assisting parent center committees in planning, coordinating, and organizing program activities for parent guardians, encouraging parent guardians to participate in their child's school experience and program implementation, and assist in recruiting volunteer services from parent and guardians, community residents, and community organizations to meet identified needs. Program options. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides comprehensive services through managed center-based, home-based, and community collaboration program options. The managed center-based program options includes a single session part day in which the Head Start children is in session for 6.5 hours. Under normal conditions, it would be 5 days per week, but as we begin our program year, once we reopen our classrooms, we will start off with being open for 4 days per week. Arrival during the single session is at 8:30 a.m. Dismissal is at 3 o'clock p.m. And managed centers are located throughout St. Clair County. Or we offer the full day sessions, which is eligible children between 6 weeks through 5 years of age, in which they will be in session for 8.5 hours. This will also be, under normal circumstances, 5 days per week, but for now, when we reopen, it will begin with 4 days per week. The arrival time is actually 8 o'clock a.m., and the dismissal time is 4:30 p.m. Managed centers are located throughout St. Clair County. Head Start full day program options operate 9 months, and Early Head Start full day program options operate 12 months. In order to participate in the full day program option, parents, guardians must provide documentation of working full time, participating in an education or training program full time, or a combination of the two. In the home-based program option, children 6 weeks to 5 years of age receive comprehensive services through weekly home visits and monthly group socializations. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program also provides comprehensive services through collaborations with St. Clair County school districts and privately owned operated child care partners throughout the St. Clair County. Recruitment. SIUE Head Start Early Head Start staff members recruit throughout the program year, and one of our most effective recruitment method is through word of mouth from parents. Please refer friends and family members to the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program recruits and serves children and their families who reside throughout the St. Clair County. Referrals. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program helps to identify and connect families with community resources. Resources look different for each family, as every family has unique cultural backgrounds and needs. The most effective way for the program to make referrals for your family is through consistent, two-way, open, and honest communication. Confidentiality is always a priority. Rest time. Per Department of Children and Family Services regulations, all children in attendance for 5 or more hours are provided the opportunity to rest or nap. Infants and toddlers will be allowed to rest or sleep according to their individual patterns and determined in consultation with their parents and guardians. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides cribs, cots, and bedding. Screenings. In order to individualize your child's programming, staff collaborates with you to complete a developmental and social emotional screening within the first 45 days of enrollment using Ages and Stages Questionnaire, third edition, and Ages and Stages Questionnaire Social Emotional, second edition, and we call that the ASQs. Speech and language enrichment and therapy. Children's communication skills will be screened using the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, third edition. If evaluations are recommended, a staff member will offer resources to you, including an option for speech and language evaluation and determination for speech and language therapy eligibility. Special services. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program is committed to ensuring that children who have specialized needs receive the services they need. In order to determine if a child is eligible to receive specialized services, center staff members and parents complete several screenings. Once initial screenings are completed, children may need additional screenings, evaluations, or refer to the SIUE Specialized Service Program Coordinator for review. Only with the parent and guardian consent, the child is referred to the local education agency, which is an LEA, or the local early intervention agency, which is a LEIA, for further testing. Once all screening and testing information is assessed within 60 days, parents and guardians and all involved personnel participate in an individualized education plan or an individualized family services plan, which we call an IEP or an IFSP, conference to discuss what specialized services with benefits the child's development and growth. Only with parent or guardian written consent, specialized services will be determined and provided to the child. Smoke-free zone. Illinois state law mandates that smoking is prohibited on each campus of the state-supported institution of higher education. This includes all SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Center property. Smoking is not allowed in the classrooms, offices, during group activities, parent meetings, or any other program-sponsored event. Staff qualifications. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program honors the importance of early childhood education and encourages the pursuit of educational excellence. Staff members at all levels are highly qualified at the time of hire and are offered the opportunity to participate in continual professional development and certification programs. Professional development days are built into the program calendar, and the third Wednesday of each month is designated as an early dismissal day in order to support continuous staff growth and development. Telling our story. Parents and children are the faces of the Head Start Early Head Start program. There are many stories of success that need to be shared, not only in our local community, but also at the state, regional, and national level. In order to support continued funding of all Head Start Early Head Start programs, parents and guardians need to take advantage of the opportunities to share their child's and families' stories of success. Toys from home. The SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program provides developmentally appropriate materials and activities. Children are asked not to bring toys or other items from home. Transportation to parent-center meetings. The attendance of parents and guardians at their child's parent-center meetings is important to maintain program operations and to continually improve the quality of services provided. If a parent or guardian needs transportation in order to attend a parent-center meeting, parent engagement and support services staff are available to provide transportation services. Transitions. One of the primary goals of the SIUE Head Start Head Start program is to ensure that your child possesses the attitudes, skills, and knowledge for a smooth and successful transition from early Head Start to Head Start and from Head Start to kindergarten, as well as into subsequent grades. One of the responsibilities of the SIUE Early Head Start staff members is to support you and your child in making the transition from Early Head Start to Head Start or another quality preschool program. If possible, the program encourages you to visit a Head Start prior to the transition. SIUE Head Start staff members support you and your child in the transition from Head Start to kindergarten programs in your local community. Parents and guardians are notified of events such as Kindergarten Roundup in their nearby school district, and staff inform parents and guardians of educational opportunities that are available throughout the community for preschool aged children. Volunteering. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, volunteering in our program is currently suspended. And lastly, I'd like to share our program's mission statement, which is the mission of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start program is to provide quality, individualized, comprehensive services that empower children, families, and staff from diverse backgrounds in order to achieve success. So this concludes my brief overview of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start um, 2020-21 Parent Handbook and Program Calendar. We welcome each of you to our Head Start Early Head Start family. Our staff will be contacting each of you to explain how our virtual school year will begin starting Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. You also have the opportunity to receive the current copy of the SIUE Head Start Early Head Start Parent Handbook at your child's center. So, everyone, please take care, be safe, and don't forget to social distance.